Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are at in the world, and welcome to this channel, Freya's Crone. All right. So, for those of you who are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Melody. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. I am grateful for each and every one of you guys and all the love and support that you've been giving me on this YouTube journey. So when you come into this live stream, give me a Fonzie, either by double tapping the screen or just simply hitting that thumbs up. Leave me a comment in the comment section below and let me know how this general reading is resonating with you. And if you are not yet subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and hit that little notification bell. All right, so you don't miss when I go live or when I post videos. Now, this is a general reading, not a personal, so only take what resonates with you. This is also for the element of air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, for this week of August 8th, 8/8 today. We're in the 888 Lionsgate. I just seen 111, so be aware of your thoughts, air signs. And we have the new moon solar eclipse kicking off this next eclipse season for this year. All right. Um, so air signs. This is also for today, August 8th through August 15th. I forgot to, I feel like somebody's distracted here. It is for this week anyways, from today, or August 9th through August 15th. I feel this energy of confusion around me all of a sudden. I don't know why, but I feel it because I'm like stumbling for my words. And I did perfectly fine for the last video, so I cancel and rebuke anybody trying to attack me. All right. So the solar eclipse in the star sign of Leo. So the sun and the moon will both be in Leo at 20 degrees 8 minutes of Leo at 1:36 p.m. on Eastern Standard Time on August 12th. This is the first solar eclipse in the fresh Aquarius nodal eclipse series, which means the nodes are going from Pisces into Aquarius, Virgo into Leo. All right. Leo, or the South Node, rules repetitive habits, repetitive patterns that we are comfortable in repeating. So you're being forced out of your comfort zone to face some shadows. So this is a powerful lunation kicking off the second major eclipse season. That's faded in highly transformative cosmic energy. So the astrological significance of this solar eclipse in Leo is it talks about a faded course correction, overriding personal intent, acting as a wild card, accelerating, abruptly closing chapters, the no abruptly I can't so rebuke that. Abruptly closing chapters that no longer serve you to clear the path for higher destiny and revelations. I cancel rebuke any throat chakra attacks. I cancel rebuke it now. I cancel rebuke any throat chakra attacks. I cancel and rebuke it now. So a falling crown, where Leo governs leadership, royalty, pride, and ego. The structural breakdown of existing power dynamics. The fall of outdated rulers globally and eternally. Radical reset of identity. The Leo Aquarius axis that we talked about, the nodes shifting, dismantling old ego-driven patterns, making room for more decentralized, community-minded alignment. What to do and what not to do. Do not do manifesting rituals. Avoid forcing major launches, ritual manifestations, and ego-driven confrontations. Eclipse energy is unpredictable and can easily backfire. So be aware of that. Prioritize reflection. Sit back, observe what's naturally falling away. Lean into your shadow work, self-inquiring, and internal healing. Embrace this rebirth. Strip away false armor. Nurture your inner child. Figuring out how to step into your authentic creativity without needing constant external validation. All right, air signs. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what the moon's energy is around the element of air. By the way, I see it popping in and out. I had a throat chakra attack. If you're a hater, thanks for watching. If you are just a positive viewer, thank you for watching. Give me a Fonzie. Let me know you're a positive viewer. That's what I thought. All right, so Gemini, what's the moon's, the solar eclipse energy around Gemini? Yeah, a win-win outcast is forecast. A win-win outcome is forecast. So something is being made fair. Something is coming into balance for you, Gemini. You need to do some inner reflection and check in to see what is out of balance in your life. This could have something to do with some sort of a contract, some sort of a partnership, because Libra rules the 7th house of partnerships, contracts, all right? But a win-win outcome is absolutely forecast if you were doing some sort of a legal situation here, where, like I said, things that were unfair are going to turn around into your favor. The answer is yes for somebody here, Gemini. Yeah, because your hard work is paying off. You've walked the journey. The stage is setting. You gotta have somebody who thinks that they are know-it-all. The Capricorns have a tendency to be that. See, you have no legs. It's like, for some of you, you may feel like this has been a hell of a journey and I don't even have any legs left to walk, right? I don't have no strength left. I don't have, I just don't have the energy. But Spirit is telling you, reflect on everything that you have been through on this journey. Reflect on it. They're letting you know that whatever you've been putting your time, your energy, your focus in, when it comes to your work, maybe it's inner work, or it could literally have something to do with your literal work, it's paying off. Possibly when the full moon eclipse happens in Pisces, this could be when a karmic cycle is coming to a completion. A personal issue is being resolved in your 4th house, or it could be, you could have Cancer in your 12th house. You could have Capricorn in your 4th house, your 12th house. You could have Cancer in your 10th house, your 12th house. Yeah, where again, something is coming into balance at this full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. Could have something to do with your career as well. Yeah, North Node, Aquarius. Stepping out of your comfort zone. Learning lessons when it comes to your spirituality. Bringing yourself into a state of balance on a personal level, right? Bringing your head and your heart into a state of balance. Being balanced, of course, correction. Things being made fair, okay? All right, Gemini. So let's go ahead and see what archetype you're standing in, Gemini. Victim. Playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity and ability to maintain personal boundaries. Preventing you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. So the shadow side is playing the victim. I am the victim of, this situation. Everything that I've worked hard for, I've lost. This is something, taking things personally, perhaps in your home space or within your family dynamics. This could have some, the Pisces individual who, you maybe be in Pisces North Node. This is a lesson that you're learning, right? Of being victimized. Alchemist. So you're learning to alchemize some sort of an emotion here. uh, Gemini, where you could have had somebody misusing their power, abusing their spiritual power and knowledge by what? Playing the victim. Somebody could have been abusing somebody, abusing them out of like taking advantage of their vulnerabilities. See how the alchemist card, she's mixing something up, looks like some sort of a potion. Somebody could have been mixing up some sort of a potion. So you are alchemizing the shadow side into the light. You are finding that balance with your light and your darkness by learning how to transmute some sort of a negative emotion when it comes to taking things personally. You are going through a major transformation, Gemini, which is going to help you to achieve some sort of a goal on your spiritual journey. Because whoever I'm talking to, you're in your North Node. All right, that's what I got for you, Geminis. So let's go ahead and move on into Libras. Libra, what's the moon's energy around Libra? Yeah, somebody could be very much in their pride and ego. Somebody is letting it get in the way of their heart space. This is being reflected back to them with the solar eclipse. Yeah, somebody, yeah, communication is key. Could have something to do with the Gemini. Somebody is letting their ego get in the way of how they feel, with how they like expressing something, expressing how they feel, and they need to release this ego based energy. So you're being asked, Libra, to be bold and make the first move. You are the cardinal sign. So be bold. Make that move to clear out any cloudiness in your heart space. Nothing is yet set in stone, right? So you could be really feeling this pull in your heart space. You could be really feeling this pull. You could be getting triggered, right? Which is going to help you to adapt to this moon's energy. Yeah, the Leo and South Node. This is a repetitive pattern for you, Libra, where you've left your past situation hold you back and get in your way out of that fear, ego based energy, allowing your fears to dictate your emotions. This is a repetitive pattern and habit of, well, I'll just hold my emotions in and then I get triggered and then boom, it comes out like a freaking volcano, right? So you're being asked to be bold and make the move. Allow your heart to lead the way for some of you. All right, Leos. Oh my goodness, Libras. Let's see what archetype you're standing in this moon's energy. The healer. Look how she's got her hands on that lady's head, healing that ego-based energy, bringing themselves into that divine union with their masculine and feminine energies. So the shadow attribute is taking advantage of those who need help, failing to care for yourself. So somebody could have taken advantage of you because they were operating out of their shadow side, allowing their ego to lead the way. And I feel like passion to serve others by repairing the body, the mind, and the spirit. Ability to help transform pain into healing. So this talks about a repetitive pattern or habit that you have been holding on to when it comes to your past experiences that have held you back and got in your way. This is the shadow side of feeling taken advantage of. This is what you need to heal. This is what you need to let go of being triggered. Allowing people to trigger you. So you are definitely going within and doing some inner healing. I just seen 144. So you could be activating your inner light. Yeah, we have Prince attribute. Using power for self aggrandizement. Aggrandizement, I don't know. Aggrandizement, I don't know. See how he's holding that bouquet of flowers? Romantic charm and potential for power. So operating out of your shadow side. Okay, so that is what I see for Libra. So let's go ahead and move into Aquarius. What's the solar eclipse energy around the Aquarius collective? Please and thank you. What is the solar eclipse energy around the Aquarius collective? So you're being asked to work through your fears. So you're getting triggered this week, Aquarius. Going through that ego death. It's time to release negativity. I'm telling you, Scorpio. Somebody has Scorpio in heavy in their chart. So Aquarius, it is time to release this negative energy that keeps like of being triggered. It's time to lay it to rest. It could have something to do with sex, a sexual encounter, intimacy. It could have something to do with being this deadly warrior, releasing this dangerous, deadly energy of allowing to operate out of your shadow side. So it's definitely going through an ego death where the moon is bringing some stuff up that needs to be released. There's a negative emotion here. Negative. This is either a deadly warrior or a true friend. We're talking about the Aquarius in the North Node when it comes to our social circle, our friendship circle, the people that we socialize with. So this talks about, working through the fears of everybody's out to get you, right? So the new moon in Leo is eclipsing people out of your life, situations out of your life. You need to allow it to fall away because you're getting big time triggered here, Aquarius. Big time. All right, so give me the archetype for Aquarius. Detective. Voyeurism, falsifying information. Deadly warrior, spreading gossip, lies. Falsifying information. Voyeurism, you could have did the evil eye. You could have some sort of a fetish of voyeurism. That's a very negative and low vibrational energy. I need to be seen. Pick me, Aquarius. So instead of seeking out the truth, instead of telling the truth, you're falsifying, you're lying, spreading lies, rumors, and gossip. Evil eyeing, triangulating. See how she's got that face? Somebody is being two-faced. See how she's looking through? Like scrying, psychically spying, looking through a situation, gaining knowledge. Deadly warrior energy coming through here. Feelings of abandonment and strife that stifle being mature. Feelings of abandonment that stifle being mature. Seeking inappropriate surrogate families. So you have abandonment issues. And that's what you need to address. Somebody, again, evil eyeing, falsifying information, not the truth, right? Observing, not listening to your intuition, feeling abandoned. So somebody definitely has some abandonment issues that they need to work through. And I feel like you did it because because of the abandonment issues, you spread a lot of lies, rumors, and gossips around. Abused your psychic powers, abused your psychic insight, abused your intuition. Now something is coming back around to get you for it. All right, Aquarius. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get started, air signs. Let's get into your reading. What is it that air signs need to know this week for the element of air? here and now. So somebody could perhaps live in the past. I didn't mean to pull these cards in the, I guess they're not all in the upright position, but yeah. So somebody may have a habit of living in the past here. Yin. I'm telling you, this is your intuition, not trusting your intuition or abusing your intuition. February 23rd could be significant. Aquarius, that's Aquarius energy. So I could be talking to the Aquarius who abused their psychic abilities, did some sort of an evil eye, digging up the past, falsifying information. The feminine principle of receptivity, letting someone else make the first move, gathering information, right? Gathering information, falsifying truths, digging dirt to try to make people feel orphaned, operating out of their shadow side. So this is coming back around to get somebody here. Taking in cues, the art of conscious allowing. This is a time of calculated receptivity as you gracefully await what is coming to you, ready to accept it when it appears. Yin does not involve frozen dreams or even resting, but rather conscious allowing things to flow to you. Poised to receptivity, the bounty that will be made available to you. It implies sensitivity as you alertly study the actions of others and contemplate how they will affect you in yours. I'm telling you, I am talking to an Aquarius here who is studied somebody. Studied somebody's fears. Somebody could have Aquarius in their North Node. Remember that you must make space for miracles to appear. Be the shaped, not the shaper, and you will see how quickly your dreams will manifest. Be the shaper. Be the shaped, not the shaper. So somebody was trying to shape somebody with false lies. I'm telling you, something's coming back around to somebody here. And I feel like somebody has Aquarius in their North Node. And when the eclipse hits with the sun and the moon and the South Node, it's coming back around to bite somebody. Everything said and did against another person to make them feel orphaned or alone or rejected. All right. What are the crows born in the element of air about? Abundance. So somebody did it to gain riches. This is a clout chaser, stealing something. See how this crow is, this talks about this crow digging holes, right? Digging for dirt, digging holes, and hiding their food for thought in them holes because they're afraid of people stealing or taking what's theirs. This is being exposed. This little crybaby energy of playing the victim. These are two people who committed to do something, to put hinders and roadblocks in somebody's journey, to try to clip their wings to keep them from soaring. So the crows are warning somebody about this. The crows, we know the cannery is a source for a steady and easy meal. Yeah, somebody thought they were an easy meal ticket. They thought this was going to be easy. They could be spreading false truths about somebody being easy. There is a place where you, too, will find abundance. Focus your energy and attention on not what you lack, but what you know is out waiting for you. And your intuition will be your guide. The crows who reside on the other side of the bay may not see the cannery exist just a short distance away, yet it is there. So I could be talking to the divine feminines of the collectives. Um, for some of you out there. So let's go ahead and pull a couple tarot cards, get more clarity. Show me this yin energy. Show me this yin energy, gathering information. Yeah, justice. Somebody did something out of revenge. Gathered information out of revenge. Dug up dirt. And they used it against them so they wouldn't go reach this point of their abundance. Look, I didn't even know seen that on it. Does that look like a 6 or a Q or something along them lines? Yeah, somebody did something out of revenge. 2 of Cups. This couple. King of Swords. So the King of Swords is a Libra energy, but it also talks about, did something illegally. This King of Swords could have did something illegally. Falsified something, a document. Spread false truths. Them and another person, a couple, 2 people. Now something is coming back around to bite them. Yeah, they were wearing rose-colored glasses. They wanted somebody in a scarcity mindset. They didn't want them to reach this abundance. It's like they wanted everybody to stay away from somebody. Give me more of this abundance element of air. Yeah, the Emperor. 2 major arcana. So something about Aries is significant. Aries talks about identity. Somebody is a victim of identity theft. Somebody falsifies a document. Somebody could also put somebody in a fake marriage by falsifying a marriage document. Somebody could have Aries in their chart, like such as a moon. Somebody could be getting a divorce for somebody here. Somebody could be getting a divorce. Somebody could have lied to somebody and said that they were divorced. Yeah, somebody wanted somebody in a scarcity mindset. They refused to change. This is somebody who's a know-it-all. Yep. So, yeah, somebody could be feeling attacked or could be attacking somebody. And, whenever they verbally attack somebody, then they got defensive. Oh, I'm the victim. It's like somebody is a manipulator. Somebody is a verbal manipulator. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get started here. The past and how it's influencing. February 23rd could be significant. February 5th could be significant. May 2nd could be significant. April 3rd could be significant. How's this past week influencing? Yeah, somebody is going through a rebirth. Queen of Hearts, the Queen of Cups. Somebody is going through a rebirth here where they're learning to trust their intuition. The end cycle. Learning to trust their intuition. Look, see how it's like something is being pulled out of the home space. See the eclipse happening? The sun and the moon, both in Leo. The South Node being a Leo. Something is being ripped out of the nest. Somebody is learning to trust their intuition. Somebody is learning to value themselves. They've learned a lot of hard lessons for their soul evolution here, which is bringing them into connection with their higher self, with intuition, with their psychic abilities. Yeah. And another person is going through a storm. This is a self-centered, cocky, arrogant individual with the King of Wands. Somebody's going through some sort of a storm here. They could be triggered because they're getting cut out of somebody's life. Right? Somebody cut somebody away because they recognize the patterns here. You can also have an ancestor done stepping up in a house and removing somebody from a situation. Yeah, because they know their secret. Their secret is they did something, forged some sort of a document, a letter, did something. And now they could be worried they could be going to jail for somebody here. All right. So let's go ahead and see the storks with the Queen of Cups, the past and how it's influencing the present moment. Give me some Fonzie's air signs. Past and how it's influencing. Yeah, spirit of the cat, fanciful, curious, and independent. So somebody could have did something to an animal. The cat talks about somebody who's very curious. Somebody was very curious digging up dirt on somebody. Yep. Ghosts. Goddess of the Night, Crossroads, Ghost, 555. Somebody got warned. Somebody could be getting woke up in the middle of the night. Somebody could have did something at the crossroads. With a cat. Somebody could be using necromancy. Necromancy is somebody who uses earthbound spirits for negative spiritual practices, such as monitoring spirits. Somebody could have invoked Hecate, and even they were warned not to. They may not have listened. Yeah, fire. Somebody could have stole somebody's sexual idea. Because they thought they could play God over somebody's life. All right, so stork, spirit of the cat, fanciful, curious, and independent. The past and how it's influencing this week. Yeah, Page of Cups. The Page of Cups talks about now somebody could be coming back around and stinging somebody, and they could be wanting to ask for forgiveness. Please forgive me for the drama that I created. Look, my nail polish is popping off. Something that's fallen away because I just did my nails this morning because they didn't want to work. 8 and a 5, which is a 13. So something did not work. This victim, playing victim, did not work with the justice system. Yeah. Somebody has a very bad attitude. Somebody has imposter syndrome. Now the tower's coming back. The tower's going to happen. Somebody's going to be stricken down with a tower because they refuse to change something. They refuse to change their ways. Towers happen, 555. Towers happen for a reason. Somebody could be getting karma. All right. So the present this week for the element of air, the present this week. Yeah. Somebody wants to mend a bridge. Somebody could be coming towards you. 38 could be significant. I'm telling you, there's the tower in reverse. Somebody needs to take a closer look at something that they built and why it keeps crumbling. So the tower is saying, listen, you refuse to change. Now we're going to force you to take a closer look at something, at the words that you, like the messages that you speak, the communication, digging up dirt. the gossip that you spread, with some sort of a risk that you took with a female who was a sneaky snake. I'm telling you, something's coming back around to bite somebody in the ass, and it could be a Pisces. Or somebody who has Pisces in their chart, who likes to do necromancy, use spirits for negative spiritual purposes. All right, so the present situation with the bridge, please and thank you. Yep, foundation, home, structure. What did I say about that old structure? The dwelling place. So somebody likes to dwell in the past. See the full moon in the background? That could be representative of the full moon that's coming in Pisces in a couple of weeks. So somebody wants to come towards somebody. Somebody wants to mend a bridge or come towards somebody and offer some sort of an apology. For possibly throwing sticks and stones on somebody's name. Yeah, somebody could be frozen. Somebody definitely could be frozen and delayed. Look, this cunning individual. They thought they were sly. They thought they were cunning. They thought that they had some sort of a very positive plan. See how he's eyeballing? Side-eyeing? Look how she's side-eyeing. This is somebody who's very deceptive. Somebody who's a hidden enemy who thought they were sly to keep somebody to delay some abundance because they felt left behind, because they felt orphaned or abandoned. So they thought it was unfair. So I'm going to be petty. I'm going to be an adult child, and I'm going to throw a tantrum, and I'm going to attack somebody on a spiritual level, and I'm going to dig up their past and slander their name. Present situation coming towards somebody's house. Yep. A cycle is complete. Look, Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpio. A cycle is complete. This could have something to do with the World Wide Web as well. 23 is significant. 23, 32, 32, 23. A mirroring effect. Somebody could did something with mirrors in somebody's home. Yeah. Somebody, I'm telling you, they're a control freak. Right? And they're not going to be able to control this tower when it hits them. A big time revelation is coming through here about this know-it-all who was attacking somebody because they were very cocky, very arrogant, very self-centered. They had a God complex. Look, 2 kings, 2 male individuals. Oh, look, 3. 2 kings and a queen. 3 people who was spiritually attacking somebody. Possibly, and then turn around and playing victim. My right ear, my left ear is ringing off the hook. So yeah, cycle is complete now. Now somebody wants to come in and offer some sort of apology because they know they got left behind. They know something's coming back to bite them. Remember, rituals, buyers, hidden influences. I'm telling you, there's the home. King of Cups. Right? But the door is closed. Hidden influences. So something could be hiding in somebody's home. Something about the home. Something about somebody's home. The King of Cups talks about somebody that wants to earn your trust again. This two-faced individual who was working with other people. But while you were sitting in the center here finding peace, now they're about to get their ass whooped in a solar eclipse energy for astral traveling or traveling towards you. This is somebody who's being very immature. Could have taken some sort of a letter, like I said, forgery, signed some sort of contract, right? Did something, a lawyer, paid a judge, you know, did something to cast some sort of an illusion. Hidden influences, the house. Wild, untamed desire. So you have a werewolf coming through. I'm getting dog essence, but not a good dog. Meeting new dawn beginnings. So something is being illuminated. Some sort of light is being shed on here. You're going to be very shocked with what's being revealed to you, because what's hidden is coming to the light. And you're going to be very surprised, because the Tower card talks about shifts. It talks about a shakeup, structures. So yeah, something is being illuminated here. Somebody could have attacked somebody's solar plexus, trying to siphon their energy. Somebody is, like, I'm telling you, we got the Spirit of the Cross. Burdens, hardships, lessons. This talks about Jesus, how he carried that cross, right? Of being mocked and persecuted, and the hardships of what he had to go through, right? Somebody could be calling somebody delusional. This is a karmic individual who wanted somebody to be alone, feel orphaned. This is somebody who stole somebody's intellectual idea, and now they're being exposed, and it's going to trigger them. And it's going to trigger them to want to come to your house. Give me something about the house and werewolf spirit. Yeah. This is a couple. Somebody who's married. This is somebody who has untamed desire for you. You can see this wolf is looking, right, at somebody's family. 10th house. Capricorn. You can see it, right? So somebody may have some sort of an untamed desire for another person, but they're married. They're already living with somebody. They're already in a relationship with somebody. Yep. This is somebody who could be very immature. Somebody who's being very nostalgic here. Somebody who's living in the past. It's about a child sacrifice. Now somebody is all in their head. They're worried. They have anxiety. They could be having nightmares, having head problems, right? This is somebody who tried to sacrifice somebody, or this is somebody who sacrificed a child, and now they're worried because they're about to get exposed. This is somebody who has a lot of nightmares, a lot of crazy dreams. This is somebody who is in this energy of procrastination because they're not seeing something clearly. All right. Obstacles. What's the obstacle this week for the element of air? Something about a wish. This person being two-faced, working together with other people, getting their ass whipped. That card rolled right off the deck, so that's why I took it. So somebody could be feeling something very deep, because this is like the energy of be careful what you wish for. Somebody could have wished for some sort of an obstacle here. right? Wish for some sort of an obstacle when it comes to achieving abundance. Why? Because they felt alone. They felt orphaned. They felt like, oh, well, you know, if I'm not going to get it, so and so is not going to get it, right? I'm not going to allow them to get it. And somebody's going to be shocked at who all was behind this. I see strong Pisces coming through here. All right. Obstacles. Obstacles for the wish. Yep, I'm telling you, something's coming to the light. Something, a wish is being granted to somebody regardless of what this person did to try to make somebody orphaned or try to make somebody feel rejected or alienated. Whatever this person did out of the ego, to out of envy, out of jealousy, they're going to be the ones triggered, right? Because somebody else is getting a wish granted here. They're getting their new beginning, and somebody was wishing to block somebody's light. Yep, the communication. Something's coming. Somebody is protected by Mother Earth. If somebody tried to steal somebody's identity, definitely try to play with somebody's heart, right? With some sort of a spell. I'm telling you, a temporary spell. To drain somebody's solar plexus, their life force energy. Why? They wanted to manipulate somebody's free will. They wanted to manipulate somebody's thoughts. Influences or obstacles. Obstacles for the element of air. Obstacles. Yep. They wanted somebody to miss an opportunity. 414 could be significant. 144 could be significant. Somebody was wishing for somebody to miss their calling out of rejection. They did something out of the victim mentality. Did something to their home. Did some sort of a spell perhaps on their home. Look, I got the deck all mixed up here. Yep. This could be somebody who was mastering their craft. This is also somebody who worked really, really hard to achieve something here, to achieve their abundance. Somebody is like, you know what? I can go on my own, right? You can see this one person sitting on this card working on their pentacles. This is somebody did something because somebody chose to go on their own and to work, do the work on their own. Somebody did something negative out of rejection, stole some sort of an intellectual idea off of somebody. So they created a lot of obstacles. They wished on their downfall. They wished that they wouldn't answer their calling, trying to siphon their light off of them. Triangulate them against their family. This is somebody who was really trying to manifest out of a negative desire, a negative emotional mindset. Somebody who likes to dwell, right? Dwell on things. I am seeing 4, 4, 4, 11, 11, 1, 1, 11, 44, 404 could be significant. 440 could be significant. 1044 could be significant. Outside influences for the element of air. Yeah, I'm telling you, there's a Tower card coming through again. Somebody refused to change. So now it's like they're stuck in this toxic way. So Big Daddy Saturn is coming up in and saying, listen, right? You need to take a closer look at something. when it comes to equality, when it comes to reciprocity. The sun is illuminating that luck is on somebody's side, right? And these three people who did something, right? See the circle there? Maybe doing something. These three people could have been in somebody's social circle. See, the moon is facing that. Casting illusions are getting their ass whooped. Outside influences. What's the Tower in reverse here for? What's the Tower in reverse here for? I'm seeing fours all over this place. Somebody is protected. Somebody is divinely protected here. And I feel like whoever was doing this is seeing the light of that. And now they're going to be, I feel like they're going to regret doing what they did. Show me the Tower. I'm telling you, somebody is an alchemist. Manifest skill transmutation. Somebody has the power to alchemize. Yet somebody has the power to alchemize. I'm telling you, this is an alchemist. A witch. Somebody could have been doing magic, sorcery, spells, alchemy. Remember, we had this is somebody who's very psychic. Somebody who was evil eyeing. Somebody who scrying and keeping a close eye on somebody. Just waiting, right? Waiting for the right time. This is somebody who is, letting go. Somebody who's very poisonous. Seeing the light, I'm telling you. Purifying the toxicity, the poison. Somebody could be breaking a generational curse here. Where they are trusting. Because remember, the obstacle is somebody is seeing the light of something. Right? And then we have light. Somebody is going through a transformation, purifying something, realizing that they have the power of alchemy. Somebody is alchemizing some sort of magic that was thrown at them. By using the power of their words. And what they're no longer clinging to some sort of a poison here. Some sort of a poison entanglement with this witchery energy. Somebody could be coming in and saying they're innocent. That they're not involved in this. Yeah, the sun. Vitality, resurrection, creation. Look, I'm telling you, knife. Witch. Somebody did some magic, yeah. But something is getting revealed. Somebody's seen something. Possibly when they're in a hospital or breaking bread, because bread can sometimes represent breaking bread, the wanting to sit down, have a conversation, break the bread with somebody, break up, or be hospitable now, right? We definitely had a witch who was doing some sort of manifestation magic here. Possibly outside of your house. But somebody used the power of their words of expression and transmuted it by standing in their power of faith, feeling at peace. Somebody is letting go of some sort of toxicity. You got this witch who refused to change. They were so freaking toxic. They thought they were so powerful. Now they're going to come in and say, oh, I'm innocent. I didn't do what you think I did. And yeah, okay. Outside influences, the Tower, alchemize, spirit of power, spirit of lightning. Yeah, I'm telling you, the Tower. This Tower, Yep. Somebody could be losing their power. Somebody could be losing their magical abilities. Somebody could be losing their psychic abilities. Um, because they were like siphoning off of somebody's energies. I'm telling you. Look, the Tower in reverse. I cannot make this up. Right? The Tower. Somebody who wants to come in now really quick and be on the defense. Somebody who wants to come in really quick and defend themselves. This King of Wands individual. And that's the truth. Tower, alchemized lightning, witch, no longer clinging, seeing the light, purity, innocence. Somebody is protected here. The angel. Somebody could be an earth angel and they have the ability to alchemize. You can't make this up, air signs. I'm telling you, Tower twice in reverse. Somebody's going to be shocked. Somebody walked away from some sort of toxic emotion of feeling powerless. Somebody wanted somebody to walk away from their new beginning. Somebody who's been studying somebody who's been keeping an eye on somebody. These three people who've been working together. This also could be talking about working together on the internet, but I feel like it's three people working together doing magic rituals, who thought they could play God over somebody's life, who was studying somebody, spreading a lot of lies, spreading a lot of gossip, trying to ruin somebody's reputation, trying to make them feel powerless, siphoning somebody's life force energy, trying to manipulate somebody's free will with a magic wand, sending negative intentions, using magic and sorcery, voodoo, manipulating earthbound spirits for necromancy, for negative purposes, all because somebody walked away from them and they felt rejected and decided to go off on their own. So what did they do? Resurrect spirits to use them for negative spiritual purposes. They could have been using somebody's name, writing things down, right? Yep. Using a knife. Boy, does this resonate. Because they refuse to change. You can't make this up when the Tower comes in twice for outside influences. Somebody is going to be sodium shocked. Or somebody is not shocked by this situation. Somebody's going to be triggered big time with the Tower because this is so freaking toxic. The best course of action to take for the element of air, best course of action to take. You may be shocked to find out that it was your own damn family doing it. So the best course of action to take is to keep working on yourself. Keep mastering the work, right? Keep protecting yourself. Keep forcing your boundaries. Because I feel like, you know, eventually you are going to be free. So you do have ascended masters and angels around you. Hey, I'm seeing 1144, 444, 144. The angels, they got somebody, making them feel safe and protected, showing them lots of love. Somebody could be seeing a white light. Somebody could be seeing a light. Somebody could be realizing how truly protected somebody is. Look, a mouse in the house, chewing on every little piece of information. This is that evil eye energy. Chewing on every little piece of information, every nibble of information. See the bread that's broke? Just so they could turn around and use it against them. 7 of Wands. 723 could be significant. There's that 23 energy. 2332 is very significant. They did something on a timely basis. This is this Queen of Swords. Because they felt entitled to some sort of a gift. Look, this sick female looking out the door at this male individual, waiting for him to come. Sex, I'm telling you, they did sex magic. Now somebody's going to be sick. This is somebody who was spreading a lot of lies, spreading a lot of rumors, nibbling, evil eye, and see all the little mices? Somebody has a mouse in the house. Morning, noon, and night. All right, so the best course of action is to keep working on yourself. Keep mastering the healing process because you are going to be free. I'm telling you, somebody is a monitor spirit. Flies, you can be seeing a lot of flies. Somebody's possessed, incubus, succubus, because their magic is backfired and they're going to be shocked. It's time. It's time. Somebody is being purified from an incubus, succubus, and it's returning back to sender. And somebody is being freed from this monitor spirit. And spirit is saying it's time. Somebody could be slipping away. Somebody could be, you know, okay, so the best course of action to take. So it's time, right? Look, somebody is waiting for some sort of an opportunity. Somebody who's been watching you at a distance. Somebody is waiting for the right opportunity to bring some sort of truth in. They've been watching somebody at a distance here. Just waiting. So you can have somebody who is watching you online, right? Waiting for the right time here. We have another 3. 333 is significant. This could talk about with the incubus, succubus, and unholy trinity. 333. Three, 3, 3. This is somebody who's mastering their craft. That's why there were being a mouse in the house. Somebody was a mouse in the house to steal somebody's intellectual idea. But now, this week, they're going to get exposed. Boy, they're going to get exposed. You can't make it up when you get 2 towers in the same question. Yep, somebody stole somebody's identity. The 10 of Wands in reverse talks about, you know, somebody laying down in burdens. Somebody no longer burdened by trying to please other people. Right? Somebody tried to ruin somebody's reputation, but it didn't work. It's going to backfire. Somebody was trying to steal somebody's spotlight by trying to ruin their reputation. Queen of Wands. This could be the truth that's being exposed, that really it was a lie. Somebody is very envious. Somebody was very envious of somebody's beauty. Somebody is very envious of somebody's sexuality. This could be a same-sex individual. Yeah, they lost some sort of a battle. They're going to lose some sort of a battle here. And somebody else is getting a new beginning. for being a monitor spirit. Somebody is getting possessed. It's a shame, but it's the truth. That's how I see it. So let me find that deck of cards. The outcome for the element of air. The outcome for the element of air. And from what I'm seeing, it could be an Aquarius, or this is just talking about the collective on a macrocosm level, where this incubus could be jumping person to person to person. Yeah, somebody could be blocked from coming towards somebody. Look, the 3. Another 3 coming through. The 10 of Swords. Somebody is blocked from traveling towards somebody. Another person is being lifted up out of the pain and suffering that they've endured here. Yep, during this eclipse. 1333, 1331 is significant. The Ace of Pentacles. It is definitely, they took it too far. 1111 is significant. They took it too far, this two-faced individual, while somebody else stood in their faith. See, illusion. It's just an illusion. Taking a closer look at something. Somebody could have used somebody's picture. See, picture on a cross. Somebody could use somebody's picture for magic. Put on a cross. Also, somebody could have, this could have been some sort of a religious structure too. They took something too far, because the Side Verse talks about things that are done in the dark. So at night, so the outcome is definitely somebody is blocked. Somebody is blocked from traveling towards somebody. This eclipse energy, possibly on the 13th, could be significant. 313 could be significant. 1331 significant. 1313, which talks about the death. All right, so give me, why is the Sun in reverse? Give me why the Sun is in reverse, please and thank you. I'm telling you, somebody is blocked from traveling. Somebody is unable to travel because they took something too far. They took something way too far, and they're unable to keep continuing, causing a lot of mental pain and suffering on somebody. But somebody could be blocked from siphoning off of somebody's solar plexus and trying to manipulate somebody's free will. This could be the solar plexus energy. Somebody who's a manipulative individual. I'm telling you, something's getting put in somebody's drink. Look, darkness. Somebody is going to be possessed. Somebody could be putting something in somebody's drink to try to do some sort of graping here. Look, somebody is being protected from an angel, and they're being freed. They are being freed from the situation, from all the pain and suffering that they've endured from these magical practitioners who thought they thought they had a God complex. They thought they could do whatever they wanted to do by abusing their psychic powers, by abusing their magical powers against somebody who they're protected by the angels. So somebody could be moving on as well. Somebody could have their bags packed and ready to leave somebody. Look, we have the Strength card, Leo. Yep, look, 8 of Pentacles. The 8 of Pentacles talks about putting the work in. Somebody moved on and put the work in. They moved on from an individual whom they know, intuitively knew what this person was doing behind their back. That they were offering fishy love just to gather up information, to turn around and use it against them, digging up dirt, trying to shame somebody, trying to persecute and mock them. Now they're going to be possessed. Somebody moved on and did the work, put the work in. I'm telling you, they moved on and put the work in. Somebody could be abstinent. Somebody's, the Emperor card talks about Aries. It talks about identity. It talks about his bad attitude. Somebody abusing their power. 13 energy. And somebody is getting a wish granted. Somebody doesn't need the wand to be happy. Somebody has a healthy self-esteem. Somebody has healthy values. Somebody has healthy boundaries. See the bound around him? Somebody is sitting there, they're happy, they're at peace, knowing that they don't need somebody's wand to be happy. This is somebody moved on. They're on a spiritual journey to find their own identity. And somebody tried to ruin somebody's reputation. But it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Because somebody is happy. Somebody is coming into sacred within themselves. And somebody did some sort of a reckless energy. Temperance. What was out of balance and brought into balance because somebody did the inner work. Alrighty. For the element of air, let's finalize this reading for the element of air. Something about a choice, because somebody made a healthy choice by listening to their intuition. And took some sort of a leap of faith. Thank you, angels. I'm ready to leap. Thank you for doing it with me. So that's the Fool card. That would be the Fool card. Taking that leap of faith. Taking that jump. Trusting the angels. Trusting the angels got them. Because they're protected. 444. And you had this hater who was projecting. This witch who was projecting hate. Because why? Because of your spiritual identity. Somebody is an alchemizer here. Somebody has the power to alchemize these projections. Somebody is hating on somebody because they're a healer. They're here to heal Earth. They have a very high calling. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized and you are loved unconditionally. So somebody was hating because they are loved. They're able to alchemize every spell that they threw against them. They were able to alchemize it. Things that they were doing on a timely basis, on a scheduled basis. Every moon phase. Every moon phase. See how she's sitting there projecting that hate? And now it's all going to come back. All right. Thank you for watching Air